following training is sponsored by the Neoga Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. You can always visit our main web page listed here at neoga.org, or certainly visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you.
Hello. So continuing with our Soft Skills Series 6 on curiosity and lifelong learning. It's a very familiar concept to us as librarians. I had mentioned things like what is the best content to put online. There's a lot of noise out there right now, a lot of people putting out a lot of stuff. But remember, online content can have a very long shelf life. Rather than putting out completely timely or fashionable content that is more specific, sometimes some general content might work better, or a mixture of the two, so it kind of depends. We are going to need to, of course, gauge our patron sentiment over the next 6 to 10 months. Are people going to want to gather together, and what can we do to ease these transitions from, say, in-person to online, or how are we going to shift that? And I know there'll be a lot with summer reading, so we'll get there. We can certainly emphasize the benefits of online content for our patrons. That would include safety, ease of access, self-paced learning, and for us, it would be different ways to reach our audience and perhaps expand our library audience. So I ran through a whole bunch of mission statements from all of our member libraries, and of course, knowledge and learning and access, ran through all of them at differing points. This is our moment, people. Okay, sorry, I get excited about libraries, but that's good, I guess. That's my job. So as far as the system mission statement, it says here, the mission of the Neoga Library System is to extend and improve library services to the residents of Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties by assisting local libraries in meeting the information needs of their communities through leadership, education, inspiration, and enhanced resource sharing. And the bar scene from the movie Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck came out in 1998. Wow. Okay. So, but that bar scene comes to mind. I will put the link in the description to the actual scene in the YouTube description. But Matt Damon's character, his line that I remember was, "You dropped $150,000 on an education you could have got for $1.50 in late charges at the public library." And he delivers that very deadpan. It's a great line. Good movie, great line. So libraries already agree that being curious and learning all the time are important traits to have. Why? Carolyn Vander Ark and Mary Ryerzy back in 2017 put out an article on the Getting Smart website, 10 Reasons Why Lifelong Learning is the Only Option. And they go through 10 things which are listed here to skill up, to give yourself a purpose and path, to enhance your passions and life satisfaction, employability, and maybe there's an economic imperative, leadership imperative, transferability of skills. Soft skills are eminently transferable. They're transferable everywhere, which is fantastic. Social awareness and perspective, practicality, and your own longevity for your mind and body. They talk about the types of lifelong learning. While there's a wide range of reasons to engage in lifelong learning, there's also many types. And I like this because they talk about here these fall along a spectrum of informal to formal learning opportunities. And they go through these. Formal, of course, are things that take place on a scheduled and monitored sequence of learning, such as like college courses. And this type of learning is not done on demand and usually follows a set schedule with a cohort, a group of learners. There's self-directed learning. When students have control over the path and pace of learning, it may be known as self-directed. Examples of this lifelong learning may include online courses that can be taken on demand when your schedule permits, like MOOCs, and I had to relook that up. It's massive online open courses. And these also may include YouTube workshops that are sequenced but self-paced. There was a fantastic pacing from the University of Michigan, I believe, on the actual Chernobyl accident. I had gotten HBO did its Chernobyl special, and so I had gotten the DVDs from our local libraries and watched the special, and so I was quite interested, and the professor went through a whole series of lectures on what really happened with Chernobyl, and it was very interesting on YouTube. Professional learning. One of the most common types of lifelong learning happens at work through professional development, job training, or skill acquisition, and is usually tied to career passion. Learning on the job, both formally and informally, is a primary way of lifelong learning, Some companies like Google and Microsoft allow employees to spend up to 20% of their week on projects and interests that are not directly related to their current role. And this type of learning ties together professional and personal lifelong learning and can lead to lots of interesting developments for the people and for the companies, which can be very helpful. Personal, this type of lifelong learning is usually done outside the workplace, is often tied to a passion or interest. Individuals may pursue this learning formally or informally, and indirectly. Some lifelong learning happens without you even planning or knowing about it. Through conversations, unexpected lessons learned, relationships, or travel, the world around you may expose you to new ideas and learning that you hadn't even planned for. And then, of course, completely informal learning, so going from formal all the way to informal. Individuals may choose to learn through reading, watching YouTube, from a peer, by trial and error. Informal ways are just absolutely endless. So given these many types of learning, along with rapidly changing technology, disrupted work and learning environments, and the emphasis on individual learning plans, micro-credentials, and more, one key question is who will own the lifelong learning relationship? Who will continue to learn? They, again, too, these two authors talk about resources. And again, I like this, not just from the full spectrum of lifelong learning, but different resources, regardless of where you want to start or what type of learning you'd like to engage in. The sources for supporting learning are really limitless. You're limited by your own curiosity. They talk about daily life, community, kids, work, etc., the people around you, ask questions all the time. Places. Now they put in museums, parks, nature, literally anywhere, and I stuck in libraries, good gravy. The internet. Now they say, please don't kill the messenger here, but you can access pretty much anything through a Google search. No, yes, you can, but no, you can't. Not if you want actual reliable information. We know about this. And I teach it all the time when I'm talking about the internet. I've pointed out what ads are to people and the fact that people pay companies and that pay to be number one on the Google search results, and that, not that again is bad information, but just know that people have paid to get up, in your eyeball range. People don't know this, so we still need to keep talking about it and working with it. So that's good. We do that. Of course, there's literature and books, online classes and videos, such as at lynda.com and YouTube. We may have a few licenses for lynda.com through WinnieLurk. I'm not sure if we still have those, but we can certainly contact WinnieLurk about that. Universities and community colleges, apprenticeships and internships, and certification and training programs. And Jeff Cobb then goes into, and this was from 2009, but again, even though it's older, I liked it. 7 keys to becoming a more effective lifelong learner, to actually kind of plan your schedule out. And this was from the Pick the Brain website. And he talks about committing to the learning itself. It helps if it's a passion or interest of yours, to schedule a time, to organize yourself, and repeat. It's your job to be repetitious. Repetition is your job. That's okay. Don't do too much. If you bite off things in smaller chunks and you find that you have success with that, those successes will then continue to build. So that can actually help with the commitment and the schedule, because you get positive things to build on. And to try and do your best to treat your mind and body right, and to relax. Now, in the last video, I think I talked about meditation. There was a study done on people who meditated 30 to 60 minutes a day, every day for 8 weeks, and they actually increased the parts of their brain for positive thinking and actually decreased the amygdala for things that negative thinking or fear. So there's lots of things we can do and we're already doing. So take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next